A Life Uncovered. In 1986, a compelling documentary was released, delving into the life and work of one of Britain's most beloved authors, Catherine Cookson. The film, narrated by the esteemed Mike Neville, offered a comprehensive overview of Cookson's rags-to-riches journey from poverty to becoming one of the best-selling authors in the country. Here we will provide a summary of the documentary, highlighting Cookson's life story, her battles with depression, and her eventual embrace of writing as a form of therapy. Born in 1906 in Tyne Dock, South Shields, Catherine Cookson was the illegitimate child of a poverty-stricken laundry worker. Her early years were marked by hardship and struggle, as she was raised in a series of bleak and overcrowded homes. Despite these challenges, Cookson was a bright and curious child, and she developed a love for reading and learning at a young age. The documentary explores how Cookson's experiences of poverty and hardship would later become the inspiration for many of her novels. Her writing was characterized by a deep understanding of the human condition and a profound empathy for those who were less fortunate. Through her stories, Cookson was able to provide a voice for the voiceless and to shine a light on the struggles and triumphs of the working class. One of the most poignant aspects of the documentary is its exploration of Cookson's battles with depression. The film reveals that Cookson suffered from severe mental health issues throughout her life, and that she often turned to writing as a way to cope with her feelings of sadness and isolation. In one particularly moving scene, Cookson speaks candidly about her struggles, stating, "I was always a very unhappy child, and I think that's why I started writing. It was a way for me to escape from my own reality and to create a world that was better than the one in which I lived." The documentary also delves into Cookson's personal life, including her marriage to a local shipyard worker named Tom Cookson, and her adoption of a son, James. Despite the happiness that these relationships brought her, Cookson continued to struggle with her mental health, and she often found herself battling feelings of anxiety and despair. However, it was through her writing that Cookson was able to find a sense of purpose and fulfillment. The documentary explores how she gradually came to embrace writing as a form of therapy, using it as a way to work through her emotions and to make sense of her experiences. As she states in the film, "Writing was my salvation. It was the one thing that kept me going, even in the darkest of times." The documentary also provides a fascinating insight into Cookson's writing process, revealing that she would often write for several hours each day, and that she was meticulous in her attention to detail. Her novels were characterized by their richly drawn characters, vivid descriptions, and compelling storylines, and they quickly gained a devoted following among readers. Cookson's success as a writer was nothing short of remarkable. Over the course of her career, she published more than 100 novels, many of which became international bestsellers. Her books have been translated into dozens of languages, and she has sold millions of copies worldwide. Despite this success, Cookson remained humble and grounded, and she continued to write until her death in 1998. The documentary concludes with a reflection on Cookson's legacy and the impact that her work has had on generations of readers. As Mike Neville states in the film, Catherine Cookson's novels have touched the lives of millions of people around the world. Through her writing, she has given voice to the voiceless, and has provided a window into the lives of those who are often overlooked and ignored. She will be remembered not only as one of Britain's most beloved authors, but also as a tireless advocate for social justice and a champion of the human spirit. In conclusion, the 1986 documentary about Catherine Cookson's life and work is a powerful and moving exploration of one of Britain's most fascinating and influential authors. Through its exploration of Cookson's rags-to-riches journey, her battles with depression, and her eventual embrace of writing as a form of therapy, the film provides a unique insight into the mind of a true literary genius. Whether you are a fan of Cookson's work or simply interested in learning more about her life and legacy, this documentary is a must-watch for anyone who appreciates the power of storytelling and the resilience of the human spirit.